All right, I guess we're back.
And we're back. Thank you so much to everybody who is not tuned in yet because we just got back on the swing of things. I'm not sure what the score is now.
They got out of the inning.
Okay. So they got out of the inning. Yeah, so that's wrong because they're. Yeah, so that was edited because they're playing the Marlins today.
We got an out. Former twin Marwin Gonzalez at the plate facing new twin Jorge Lopez. Chance to hit a game-winning 3-run homer right here.
So Game 5 is needed in Egan. We'll have to see if we can maybe salvage one here for some extra wiffle ball for everybody. Yes. 5-4 in the fourth game.
We got to give a shout out to Sawyer, who's just tuning in. He's a super fan for the Aces that showed up last week. I was able to see him on the stream. Aces look to be well on their way to their first World Series in franchise history. After a long struggle, their franchise looking to dig themselves out of the cellar and finally make it in year 20 of the HRL. You love a good feel-good story, don't you?
Yeah, you got to love it when one of these scrappy underdog teams just comes out of the blue to really shock the world and power their way through a lot of gritty, hard-fought games to get in a spot to make it to the World Series. And that's exactly what we have here with this Aces team. As Cakes will go down swinging here, bottom 4, 8-1 your score for all of those of you who are rejoining us.
We just restarted the stream. So.
It feels way worse.
Thunderson might know.
I would imagine.
Hey, Thunderson. What's the score?
You don't believe that? I believe the internet.
8-1.
Hey,
Do you know the innings, Lottie?
I have no idea. It's on the internet. Here's a word of life.
If it's on the internet, it must be true. As
You see it? You see it? It's true.
It's on the internet?
Yeah, 100%. Cool. That's cool. Everything I said was man.
you gotta wonder what maybe Dumpy listens to on the drive here to get himself psyched up. Like, is it hip hop? Is it jazz? I'm thinking screamo.
Yeah, I've heard him pull up as Smallpox hits one off the wall. That's going to be a long single, and then he's going to.
And that one's over the head of Babyface, who actually very gracefully gets that back in to only have it stay
and then Nightmare hits a ball onto the field. There's absolutely no place in the game for that.
There's a place. There's right there. I did it right there.
The sportsmanship in left field tonight is just despicable.
Gamesmanship in this game is being questioned.
Oh!
And that one is deep into the night. But at this point, you got to wonder, is that enough to get the car started once again? Dead battery might have a little juice as 2 get put up on the board to cut the deficit to 5. Still some time left. Only the 4th inning. A little momentum. It could be all that's needed here to swing things for the Grasshoppers. And that one is roped out. Back-to-back hits. And Fishy, if he can get a base hit or something, you got to wonder where this bat toss is going.
Ooh, good point. Yeah, if I'm him, I roll it right back out to the mound. But I do that even if people don't bat till bat me. So.
Thing is, look at the concentration. Step back on the throats and get things back in. He looks locked in more than anybody else on the field right now.
As someone who is... As someone who has played for a team named after the Dogs, you know what it takes to have that dog in you. When you look at Dumpy, is he somebody that has that dog in him?
I think he's got a couple.
Twins 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, though. Tying run at 2nd for the Yankees. Go ahead run at the plate.
Who's the batter?
Andujar.
Miguel Andujar.
Cakes with absolutely no shot at hitting that ball.
You got to think the commissioner of the Live With Association is not even thinking about his next at bat here at this point.
His top prospect, Vlade, off camera, watching eagerly his new boss with longing eyes.
Waning Hearts. Is that one just a heat-seeking missile to
Yeah.
that H?
The Live Wiffle Ball League is all about watching the pitches right down the middle, especially in clutch situations in the playoffs.
It makes sense. It made sense if you think about it. That's for sure. All right. Let's. Ooh.
Oh, a hit by pitch here. We'll stare
Things are
down
getting
from Cakes.
testy.
He flashes a gang sign at him. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but he was. Things are getting real out of control.
So many fake storylines. I love it.
Fabricated. Cake's very upset that the opposing pitcher didn't pick up the balls for him. Vigorously kicked him out back to the mound, still doing so, stewing as he does so, and he stares into the Aces dugout.
And now with the bike brigade gone, this is a no hold barred slaughter fest that could be coming.
Yeah, you got Marlin swinging. Oh, K-Paul on K-Paul.
So here we go, top of the fifth.
Ooh, cousin on cousin matchup right
Matchup
here.
of the night.
What I think. Did he take any warm ups or is that the first one? You want to fix the inning? So top five here. And Cakes will get the better of the Kapalas. Have a little bragging rights despite the score currently.
Mike is totally avoiding over here. He's not looking over here at all. He's going straight to his seat.
Mike is a man. He's a man of process. He shows up, he plays wiffle ball, he leaves. That's it.
Who is? I didn't know Cakes could pitch. He's. Yankees score 1. It's 4-3 Yankees. Bottom 8. Runners on second and third now. Winning run. First and third, sorry.
As a Twins fan, how does it feel to know the New York Yankees just absolutely own your franchise?
Numb at this point. It's all I've ever known. I don't even know how I would feel if the Twins beat the Yankees in a meaningful game or a series.
Swung and fouled off there by Dodger Dave.
I'll never forget or forgive Phil Cuzzy for calling that Joe Mauer ball foul.
That was just atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, he had one job. He was the left field line ump, and he was standing on the line and missed it. And I'm a big ump supporter. I did it for 11 years, and I never harp on umps. But how do you miss that one?
And Dodger Dave tosses the bat towards the Grasshoppers bench again. Syke scurries over to retrieve that before Fish has a chance to chuck that into eternity.
Okay.
I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised. I thought this was gonna be like a waning, all right, white flag salute. Just let's get out of this. But no, Cakes, he's got a good arm on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to face him. He looks very tough to hit. It's just a matter of can he throw strikes. And he's throwing too fast, too. That is legal.
Absolutely. $66. A lot of heat on that one. Decisively over.
Oh, more gamesmanship.
And this is, some would think, a gesture of good faith, but
I
think we all know that is.
That's a sarcastic ball pickup right there, and I love that. Oh.
We're going to see a bare knuckle brawl by the end of this one.
Oh, we need a best of 7 series here.
Can we? Yeah, we need to petition. Yep. Absolutely.
Just imagine if Nightmare doesn't hit, or if Web Gem doesn't hit that bomb off Nightmare, we're going to a Game 5 with all this testiness.
Yes.
And I love testiness.
Nice inside slider there by Cakes. freezes Web Gem. Fights that one off to get to a 2-strike count. Two and two the count. Shot back towards the mound, fielded by Kick, so he'll scoop that one up for the out. Both are for Psych. If my memory serves correct, that is the first out of the inning.
Second. Pop
Second
up.
out of the
Cousin
inning.
on
That's
cousin
right.
crime.
Cousin on cousin. Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
Another dagger opportunity, even though I feel like the dagger's probably already been. There it is. There it is.
And 2 will come around to score. And this one, as much as I hate to say it in terms of not giving them the benefit of the doubt, is all but over. So that will make it 10-3 here in the top of the 5th.
At least we get a cousin on cousin rematch here.
Another matchup for the car ride home. You know, with Thanksgiving fast approaching, nobody's going to remember who wins the World Series and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's going to remember, hey, I made you pop out. Hit down
A
the
weekly
line.
ground out to Smallpox. So 0 for 2 for Babyface. Cakes wins that inning.
I think we know the alpha in the Kapala family. Babyface is going to go for mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving, and he's just, no. You get the yams on the other side of the table there, hotshot. So bottom 5, the gap is 7.
Yankees still batting in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 count, 2 outs, first and third. Jorge Lopez still pitching, or Thielbar came in?
I missed it. Did they pick up balls?
I missed it.
I missed it too.
I missed that. There hasn't been much screaming the last couple innings.
No,
Probably because of the score situation.
yeah. If this was a 4-run game, we're getting boiling over temperatures.
Yeah, Dumpy did say a prayer before throwing that pitch right there. Up 1 touchdown. Prayer's not answered, however.
Psych in left, Web Gem in right, Dumpy on the mound as Smallpox is the hitter as that one is sliced out to center field. Nice little backtrack action there on that one. And the leadoff batter is aboard.
3-2 count in the bottom of the 8th for the Yankees. Still batting.
You don't get this type of
Longest at
entertainment.
bat.
This is not a $2 pay-per-view. This is top-tier entertainment following multiple games across multiple leagues. You really just can't beat this type of content. As Grizz wears one right on the inside ribs there, right where he fell in that game just roughly an hour ago.
Dumpy's still very emotional out there.
I mean, that's a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. No matter if the score is 10-1 or 1-0.
Swing and a miss. Thielbar gets him swinging, and the Twins escape the inning. We go to the 9th. It's not going to be a game-winning home run in the 8th. It'll be a game-winning homer in the 9th. That's better for drama.
The Yes Network is going to be absolutely sensational.
It is high. It is far.
See ya!
Double nickels for
A Stantonian blast as that one is caught at the wall. So in case you missed it, Grizz gets on with a walk here. So 2 runners on. Nightmare the batter. He could cut the deficit to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vlade.
Batting champ. I would have been upset. upset to lose these $5 glasses I've had.
I don't know if you saw that off camera, but there was a violent brawl for that foul ball. Punches were thrown. I think it was Face, Coach, Smith Dog. 2 all-star fielders both whiffed on that one.
But an all-star fielder caught it.
But an all-star fielder got the sloppy seconds.
8th time down the list fielder.
Ooh, and Dumpy hits Nightmare with a pitch now. The plot thickens. It can't get any thicker, can it?
Trying to brush him back there. This is just a mind game palooza here. And no vocals from Dumpy there whatsoever, letting the rest of his team do the talking.
Seems when Dumpy makes huge plays, he's silent. When he makes the mid plays, he's loud. Oh, that's going to
Deal second base right there, but opts to hold off back. So runners at the corners as we now have a 10-4 ball game.
How many outs, AJ?
With 2 down in the top of the bottom of the 5th. Just a great piece of hitting right there.
Now there's 2.
I was predicting the future. 2 down now.
I just want to know what's happening. Tyler let off the inning. That's 1 out.
Hey, Wally.
Tyler let off with a single.
There's 2
The
outs.
fall ball was very chaotic.
Yes.
Yeah, that
So we got 2 outs now, officially. Second and third with perennial yellow slammer candidate, Smallpox, at the dish.
Oh!
And that one is bladdered the other way.
It's not over yet, folks.
And we make it 10-7. Not done yet. Can they reach deeper in that bag of goodies to find a couple more runs to their name?
If the Hoppers find a way to win this game, is it the greatest comeback in playoff history?
You could be watching the next Disney movie here, ladies and gentlemen. Where were you for the Scream game?
One more runner gets on.
I want them to make the Mart and Bliss Jr. turn back around on I-94.
It was amazing.
God, that's what I do.
If Dumpy strikes Grizz out here, we are going to hear a yell. That's my hot take for the night.
He was looking at me and like wondering why I was laughing so hard.
Nobody on here, 2 down.
I was like, that's why I left.
Wind blowing a little more to the northeast now. Steady. Any ball hit towards left field will carry. As that moon rises ever so high in the sky. Throws behind him, trying to send a message and get this tension back up to a boiling point.
Yeah. What a pitch. Are you kidding
That
me?
is unbelievable. A pitch by Dumpy.
That hit the top of the board.
He starts the lawnmower on that one to celebrate, and that may have just put any comeback in the works right back to sleep. The lone remaining action here out at Central Park is all softball fields have called it a night. Soccer, sorry. Typical.
Also of note, the cops have left. Things did settle down enough where they were able to leave.
Caleb Hamilton to run for Arizona.
This is HRL After Dark. As a pinch runner comes in for the Twins.
Got picked off.
And he got picked off. That is the most Twins thing of all time. Still leading by 1.
Yes.
Top of the 9th, leading by 1.
Is
Just, oh my God.
Duran available after pitching
Don't
2
take that one too
innings
personally.
yesterday?
He's in the zone. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
If that wasn't 75,
It was
I don't
65.
know.
enough where it's not like vandalism or damage to property, but it's still sending a message.
And Cake sets down Dumpy.
Still
or,
a little bit of
Dodger
momentum
Dave,
for the
excuse me,
Hoppers.
on strikes here. That will draw up Dumpy. Psych on deck for the Aces. Something that was once a out-of-hand affair has now gotten reeled back into being a three-run game. Everybody dialing back in to find those instincts wearing that white and red jersey.
Jeez.
Swung
That's
on
the
and
fastest
can't
pitch
find
I've seen
anything.
this year. 67 miles an hour.
This is not seem faster than
Yeah. Those low ones sometimes read hot.
the low ones and sometimes the high ones.
And Cakes in disbelief, 64. Thought he got the...
Cakes as a rookie whining about the speed rule. You got to at least play in the league a few years before you complain about it.
And it's tough because the speed gun is here, so you can't pull a first-year
60.
Rumble Ponies with a prove it. But he... Tremendous. Honestly, one of my low-key favorite HRL moments that I was never around for. Prove it. Amazing. But Dumpy does go down on strikes as well, as this one is rifled in there. 62, so that is a cold strike on the inside. Battering the board at 65.
He's in disbelief at that 65 mile an hour cheese.
Gonna have to raise the team fee next year to get new boards. This one is slaughtered out to left and picked up for out number 3. And we head to the bottom of the 6th now.
Right?
So
That's
it all comes down to this. We either have the team that everybody thought was going to go to the World Series fulfill their destiny, or the other team that everybody figured would go to the World Series forces a Game 5. So a real storybook script here, yes.
Now, Nightmare, typical power hitter. Does he change his approach here? You need 2 base runners. Do you take a strike? I mean, in your Chihuahua, you'll say yes, but
If it was me batting because of my skill level,
if you're Nightmare.
if I'm Nightmare, I think he's gonna just take an at bat here, and I'm gonna let him do his thing. But yeah, I think he might reel it back a little bit, just knowing the situation. He's got good hitters on this team behind him.
As he takes that.
All right, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's why I'm not the color commentary. I just talk about what happens. I appreciate you trying to get me in that mix though. As he swings there for strike number 2. 0-2 the count on a Nightmare to start the bottom of the 6th. But we saw what a 2-strike count can mean last game, so don't.
And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Twins up 4-3.
No way.
It all comes down to this, folks.
The-
Facing a bad part of the order, too. They have a very low
So with one out,
Oh, for fuck.
Jake Fish now steps in, and
Well,
this
that-
one is going to be
well, that's
sliced down. The spin is going to be too much, and it will push it foul.
Hoppers
Nightmare.
need to get a base runner here to make this interesting. Tension
Nightmare.
with a base runner would be excellent.
Webgem down the line recognizes the situation and turns the music off, letting just the atmosphere of the game be our music here for the final moments. Dumpy's dad can't stand to watch as he walks over to the other field.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just a nervous wreck, and I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Pacing. At the eyes, and Fish cannot believe he swung at that one. So we come down to the commissioner of the Live Wiffle Ball Association.
And what very likely could be his last HRL at bat.
Eyes on the prize here, as the World Series is very much in sight for this Aces team, as this ball is delivered into the dirt for ball 1. Fuel bar is still in, and his
There
Cakes
it is.
lifts one out to left. Dodger Dave settles underneath, and that is the ball game. That is the series. The Aces will represent Hopkins in the 2022 HRL World Series, winning this in 4 games. An absolute standing ovation from the crowd in attendance here, a capacity crowd at Central Park. And despite the tension mid-game, nothing but respect between these two teams. One of the best parts of this sport is that handshake line afterwards, because it's all, at the end of the day, it's all friends.
You want to get dumpy?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, now get over here.
Oh God. Wait, should I take off my shirt?
I don't know how many. Charlie Aces, your first trip to the World Series, what's the feeling like to get to the obstacle that you have a big series in front of you against a team that's going to be great, but to get there, what can you say about just getting to the feet?
I mean, honestly, man, like that Grasshoppers team is real tough. Like there are no easy outs. That lineup is just ridiculous. I don't think we win that game without my squad. So shout out to the HRL Aces, man. Like those are my brothers, and it was a hell of a game. I'm just glad they had my back and I had theirs.
Let's talk about your performance on the mound, because you were able to take care of this very high power hitting lineup for most of the game. They get on you a little bit late, but what was your approach from that first pitch? You know you have 6 long innings ahead of you. What's the approach to really just like subsidize them as much as possible?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing with that lineup is, they're all tough. You can't hit HRL on the board. They'll tank that shit. So honestly, you got to pick the corners. You got to throw your best game and just come out there, be aggressive, but also, throw good pitches.
How much of a confidence booster is it for your team to, despite going down early, get some runs back and really put you in a nice cushion position to, I'm not going to say coast because they did make it a game.
We got that momentum flowing. I feel like we couldn't lose.
Hey! Save that for OnlyFans. Yeah, we're going to save.
Anything else?
Yeah, one more. So
Yep.
you're going to it's going to be a game 5 between the Vibes and the Baby Cakes. Are you watching that are you watching that under a magnifying glass? Do you care about which team you're going to be going up against in the World Series next week, or does it not matter to you?
I mean, they're both great teams. Regardless of who we play, they're going to be great. But I mean, I've played the Vibes a lot. They're a damn good team with the addition of the Wish. Like, that really is a super team. I know everyone wants to say the Aces are a super team, but the Vibes are a hell of a lineup.
Nobody's been saying that.
Dr. Seuss is the GOAT, saying that right now. So either way, we're going to have a battle. So just got to come, got to play.
Any final words for Aces Nation out there watching around the world?
I just want to say, shout out Mohammed. I don't know who you are, but you're a real one.
All right, Dumpy, thank you very much.
Appreciate you,
Great
sir.
playing tonight. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight. Big thank you to the Mart for his initial interview. Don't get that too close to me now. I'm not that good looking.
It's a wide angle.
Oh, it's a wide. Okay. And Vlade for coming in clutch with the secondary internet. Do we have an update on the Twin score?
Yeah, we're bottom of 9. Field bar's still pitching.
Field bar is still pitching. Bottom 9. Nobody out. Nobody on base?
Nobody on base.
Nobody on base either. So Mippy, thank you very much. We'll maybe get this grouping back in for the World Series. Any final words from you tonight?
No.
All right. Hey, thank you for your input. Do we start Monday? Was it Monday? So Monday we'll get going for World Series action. It'll be right here. Hey, you guys playing here?
Yeah, Central. Yeah, Central.
We'll be here. What'd you say?
Play an outro song.
Yeah. So anyways, well, I'm gonna buy myself a little time.